Hi, I'm Nina, and thank you so much for joining me in another chair yoga video. In today's practice, our focus turns to the hands and the feet. We'll explore sensations there. So you'll need your chair, something to connect your feet to the floor with, and a tennis ball. Grab those and we'll get started. I'm in my chair. I've put my ball off to the side where it's not going to be a tripping hazard. And I'm going to slide back just a little bit, connecting my feet to the floor on my block. If your feet connect to the floor without a block, that's fine as well. We'll bring our palms together and we're sitting up tall. So I'm not at the very back. I'm not leaning on the back of my chair, but I'm sitting away from it. We're going to bring our palms together and push palm into palm, finger into finger, and just feel that sensation. Let the shoulders come down. Soften or close your eyes. And check in with how the body feels right now. Noticing that sensation in the wrists, the palms, the fingers. See if you can soften those shoulders anymore. And then begin to slow down and even out the breath. And we'll softly open the eyes if they were closed. And we're going to start with some very slow wrist circles. So our palms are pushing together. I'm going to turn my fingers away from the body. And as the fingers start to point down, my palms separate. Backs of the hands come together. Fingers start to point up. And then I reach those palms forward. And then we go backwards. Same thing. Now, this isn't real sophisticated. It might take a time or two till you figure it out, and that's okay. But just notice how things feel in the wrists as we turn this way. And while we're not tying this motion to the breath, we do want to breathe while we're doing it. And then the next time palms are together, let's pause here. Again, the invitation is to soften or close the eyes. And let's take a moment to set an intention for this practice, whatever it is that's important to you today. And with that same motion, we're going to turn those fingers away, bring the backs of the palms together, and offer that intention to the universe. And then bring it right back to your heart. Thumbs come to rest at heart center. And we'll release those hands to the lap and just pause and notice sensations now in the fingers, wrists, perhaps even the forearms, elbows. And then shake out those hands. And we'll slide to the edge of the chair now, bringing our feet to the floor. We're going to interlace our fingers however you normally interlace your fingers. And we're very gently going to turn the palms away. Nice long arms. Let's take an inhale here. As we exhale, we'll round the spine. Drop that chin. Biceps are by the ears. Next inhale, reach those arms up. And as we exhale, soften the shoulders. Soften the elbows. Inhale, get tall and long again. Exhale, soften again. Do it again. On our next inhale, reach up, get long. Think about lifting the rib cage out of your hips. And then as we exhale, I'm going to lean to my left. Return to center and lean to the right. Try that again, coming to center on the inhale. Exhale to the left. Inhale and exhale. Return to center. We're going to soften the elbows and release those hands back down to the lap. Take a circle with the shoulders and now notice sensation. Now this time we're going to put the other thumb on top. So we're going to interlace the fingers the non-habitual way. And it feels a little weird, but that's okay. Inhale, turn the palms away, push the arms out. And as you exhale, round the spine. Push into the feet and the sitting bones, reach those arms up. Exhale, soften shoulders, elbows, wrists. Inhale, get tall. Think about lifting ribs out of hips. And exhale, soften. Extend. And soften. We're going to go up one more time. And this time as we exhale, we'll lean to the right. Inhaling through center. And exhale, go left. Return to center. As we exhale, we'll soften the elbows. We'll release those fingers. Let them rest in the lap. Pause here for a moment. Notice sensation from the fingertips up into the shoulders, upper back. And then we're going to make our way to standing just to check in with those feet. So let's come on up to standing. I'm just going to leave my chair right here, and I'm going to find my mountain pose. And notice how those feet feel. Do a little shift front and back, checking in with that sensation in the soles of the feet. And then we'll do a little side to side shift. And maybe with all that nice feeling in the hands and arms, we start to make real soft, smooth circles with the arms, like we're in a nice, gentle pool of water. And everything feels good here. It's the right temperature, it's the right depth. And we might start turning the hands the other way. Wrists can move, fingers can move. But notice what's going on with the feet. Notice how they feel. And then just come back to stillness in the center. So we've checked in with those feet. Now we're going to grab that tennis ball and come back to the chair. Go ahead, sit down on the chair. And I'm going to put that foot underneath put that ball underneath my left foot. And just kind of do some running all over it right now. So this is a soft tennis ball. You might have a ball that your dog plays with, or, you know, they sell rubber balls anywhere. So anything like that has a little give to it. A golf ball would work, but there's no give. Then that's a little different sensation than what we're going for today. What we're trying to do is just open up that fascia on the soles of the feet. A lot of times, because our feet are cramped into socks and shoes and things like that, they don't get the chance to expand and release. So once we've gone all over that foot, let's just pause, put our heel down on the ground and put that ball just underneath the toes. So it's about right here, okay? And then my heel is down and I'm just gonna do some side to side motion. So my heel is resting, I'm going side to side. Now, if you're very comfortable and with balance today, you could stand up and do this. Either one is fine. If you stand here, you get a little more downward pressure, but you can do just the same thing seated. And then once we've done that side to side motion underneath the toes, we're going to slide the ball so that it's kind of in the middle of the arch, right in the middle of the foot, and do that same side to side. So my heel is down and my toes are going side to side, side to side. And then I'm going to slide that ball back, put it underneath my heel, and press down. Just notice what that feels like. And then we're going to go front to back with it, just as the entire length of the foot from the heel to the toes. I'm starting on that inner arch side of my foot, and then I'm going to make my way towards the center of the foot, going up and down the center, applying as much pressure or as little pressure as I'd like. And then to the outside, the pinky toe side of the foot. So really exploring all parts of the foot. And you can, do a little side to side underneath the toes, back and forth fast, do it slow, however you want to do it. But once you've done all of that, put the foot back down. Notice how that feels. Notice where the sensation is. It's not just the sole of the foot perhaps, but maybe it's gone up into the ankle, into the shin and calf. And then you know we need to do the other side. So same thing. I'm going to just do a little scribbling on the bottom first, just kind of move it all around. And then I'm going to put my heel down, put the ball underneath, just underneath the toes, right in the center of my foot. Push down and do that side to side movement. So that ball is coming underneath now. Big toe, you know, the pig that stayed home, the one that had roast beef, all of those things. Go back and forth and back and forth, and then slide that ball to the center of the foot. So now it's kind of in the middle, right in the middle of the foot, and we're going to do that pivot on the heel again, going from one side to the other. Now you can look at it if you like. You can sit up tall, doesn't matter. Then we're going to slide that ball back, put the heel on it, and you can push down and apply as much pressure again as you would like. As much or as little. And this can be done standing. You could hold on to the back of the chair or put your hand on the wall. Just noticing that. And then once we do all of that, we're going to do those long strokes from the toe to the heel, heel to the toe. Starting on that inner arch. Yep. And then the middle. And then make your way to the pinky toe side of the arch. Yeah, lots of stuff happening. And then we'll stop and we'll pause and we'll notice sensation there. Notice how both feet feel now. And now we're going to come back to standing. So I'm going to make my way to standing. I'm going to put my ball down off to the side so that it's not a tripping hazard. And at this point, I'm going to clear my floor space and turn the chair around so that if I need help with balance, I can use the back of the chair for my fingertip control. But let's start right here in our mountain pose. Check in with how all of this feels. Let your shoulders come down from your ears. Bring your attention and awareness to the soles of the feet. And now that we've checked in with those feet, let's start that sway side to side again. See how that feels. Maybe bring those arms into it again, thinking about that nice warm pool of water. Go the other way. And then just pause and come to stillness. Let's interlace our hands in front of us, the habitual way, the way we normally do. Notice what thumb's on top. We're in our mountain pose. We're going to inhale, push those palms away, turn them away, push away. As we exhale, we round the spine, drop the chin. Inhale, reach those arms up and overhead, yes. And as we exhale, we're going to soften into the elbows. Now, as we inhale this next time, could we come up onto the toes? Interesting. And exhale, lower the heels and soften elbows. Try it again. And soften. One more. Now this time we're going to inhale, reach the arms up. As we exhale, I'm going to lean to my left and return to center and then lean right and return. We'll do it again. And then we're going to soften the elbows, release those fingers, let those hands float down by your side. Take a circle with the shoulders. Check in with how that feels. Okay, we're going to do it the other way, the non-habitual way. So the other thumb goes on top. Inhale, turn the palms away, reach the arms long. As we exhale, we're going to drop the chin, round the back. Feel that space between the shoulder blades get bigger. Inhale, push into the feet. Reach those arms up and overhead. And as we exhale, we'll soften elbows. Option to come up onto the toes on the inhale. And exhale, lower. One more like that. Now we'll reach up, we'll lower the heels, we'll get long, and then as we exhale, I'm going to lean to my right and return and lean to the left. And return. Let's go to the right. And the left. And as we exhale, we'll soften those elbows. We'll release the fingers. We'll float the arms down. We'll take a circle or two with the shoulders. Just checking in with all of that sensation in the feet and also in the upper body. Okay, moving to a balanced pose. And this is a good time to use that chair. We're going to use the chair, and our standing leg is going to be the leg that's away from the chair, okay? So this is the leg that's going to take the weight. Our fingertip control could be on the back of the chair, it could be on a wall, or you might not need it. It's up to you. But we'll start with hands on hips or one hand on that chair or wall, and we're going to take that leg that's next to the chair, reach it in front of us, and start to turn the foot at the ankle. So I'm making nice circles here. Noticing how that feels, working with the ankle and the foot. You might also notice that the shin and calf muscles are engaged. We want to keep our upper body lifted, so we're not kind of bent over looking. Let's let the circles go the other way. But we've got this nice tall spine. We're making these beautiful circles. And then we'll pause, and we're going to point that toe very hard. So it's a big point. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see a little better. And then a flex, and a point, and a flex, and a point, and a flex. Now this next time that we point, we're going to keep the foot pointed, but we're just going to pull the toes back. And then we're going to come up onto our back toes, put the front toes down. Now we've got both sets of toes on the floor. I'm standing on my toes. I'm a lot taller now. My shoulders are over my hips. I've still got my fingertip control, and I can release this arm down, the other arm down. So now we're going to move with the breath from here. As we inhale, we're going to take the arms up, bend the knee, arm or arms, bend the knees. And exhale, return. Inhale, knees bend, arms lift. Exhale, return. Let's stay here now. Take both arms up, keeping those legs long. Now we're going to drop the back heel down, and we're going to bring that inside knee up. So if you're standing next to the chair, you might look like this right now, or you might have both hands on your knee. And then we're just going to turn and look at that chair, or look over that shoulder, taking a real soft twist here. Return to center, put the foot down. And now pause and check in with all of those sensations coming up the leg, even into the hip. Come back to the even breath. And you might want to turn around, or you might want to lift up your chair and take it to the other side. I'm doing that because of the camera, but it might be easier for you to just turn around. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. The outside leg is our standing leg. We can use the chair for our fingertip control. So first thing we want to do is find that length in the spine. And then we're going to take that inside leg, reach it forward, and start to make those circles with the foot and ankle. So standing on one leg, it's a balance pose. And then we'll go the other way. And try and smooth out those movements. Nervous system loves smooth movements. And then we'll do the pointing and the flexing. And the pointing and the flexing. Now the next time we point, we're going to point hard so that that toe is pointed down, foot is reaching away from you, but we're just going to bring the toes back now. Come up onto our back toes, and here I am standing on 10 toes. And I've got my hand here to help me with support. And now we're going to add in that bend. So we'll inhale. Bend the knees, reach that outer arm up. It's an option. You can always keep your hand on your hip. And exhale, come on back up. Another option would be to just do the arms and not worry about bending the knees. But you see that my feet are in parallel tracks here. They're not on a balance beam. We'll do one more. And then stay up. Take that arm up. Drop the back heel down. And we're going to pick that knee up, bring the hand over. So here we are standing on one leg again. We might decide to turn and look towards the chair. We could have one hand on the chair or both hands on the knee. Taking this soft twist and then untwist. Bring that foot back down. Now pause and check in. Notice how all of those sensations are throughout the body. Okay, now we're going to come back to our chair and we're going to pay attention to our hands now. So I'm going to turn this around. We're going to sit towards the edge of the chair. So my feet are on the floor. Yeah. Now we're going to bring our attention to the hands now. So we're first going to just start rubbing them. And you feel like that friction, that heat building up. But you might want to make that a little longer. So slow it down and maybe we get to the forearms as well, or the back of the arms. Just bringing some heat and some energy into the palms, the forearms, the wrists, the fingers. And notice these sensations, a little different. We don't normally do this, but it's kind of fun. At least I'm having fun. Okay, and then we're going to pause here and we're going to brush. So we're going to start at the elbow and just brush down with the other arm. Brush, brush, brush away. And actually I should take off my step tracker here because it would be better. Let's do that. Yeah, ooh, it feels a lot better. And then we're going to do a little tapping. So just a real soft tap, 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 tap up the inside, down the outside. Tap, 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 tap. You control this. So it's as light or as heavy as you like. Going down, getting the palm, getting the fingertips. And then that's just a gentle slap. You could do like a real floppy fist. Coming up, going down. Or you could do what I call hammer fingers. So I've got like a little claw and I'm doing my hammer fingers. And you might decide one of them feels better than the other. And so you can go with that one. Or you might want to try them all. And then we'll just pause. Turn the palms up in your lap. Notice how it feels. So we got to go to the other side. Let's rub those hands a little bit again together. And then we go to the other side, that brushing. From the elbow down. Just stimulating that energy, letting it start to move. And then we're going to do the tapping again. So I'm going down the inside, up the outside. So that's just a little slap, little tap. Or I could go with my floppy fist. Boy, I can't say that today. Floppy fist. Floppy fist. You're in charge of the amount of force. Or you might go with your hammer fingers. Hammer fingers. And then let those hands, both of them, rest in your lap. Now palms up. And notice all of that sensation. Now, spending a little bit more time with the fingers, I'm going to take the one hand and just pull the 4 fingers back. Just allowing everything to soften and rest. Now, I'm not jerking or yanking. I'm just kind of leaning. And as always, if anything causes pain, stop doing it. Yoga is supposed to make you feel good. And then we're going to release and we're going to flip the hand around and just kind of pull down on the other side. Just letting the wrist get a little stretch here. And then we'll release that hand, maybe shake it out a little bit. Rested palm up in your lap and notice how it feels. And we'll go to the other side. So, first one, I'm going to take my hand against the 4 fingers. Thumb is not included here. And I'm softening my shoulders. It's just a gentle guidance is all. I'm just gently guiding these fingers down away from the palm. It's the opposite direction than they would normally go. And then we're going to release that and turn the palm down now and just gently guide those fingers in the other direction. And then we shake out that hand. Let the palm rest up in your lap. Notice how the hands feel right now. Not a lot of time, but a lot of change in a little bit amount of time. Okay, we're going to make some wrist circles, but we're going to keep our fingers wide. Let's make some wrist circles here. And you can wiggle the fingers too. And go in both directions. Noticing how that feels on the wrist. And then we're going to take our hands and make a real soft fist. So I'm going to take my thumb and put it between fingers 3 and 4. This is a mudra of strength and willpower. Worth trying, right? And we're going to make some circles, again, with the wrists in this mudra. Go in the other direction. And then shake that out, let the hands rest. One last sequence here. We're going to grab just beneath the wrist. Just a little grab and squeeze. That's all. Just a little grab and squeeze. So I'm about an inch or so beneath my wrist. And then we'll switch to the other side. And now we let those hands rest in the lap. And we're going to move back to the back of our chair now. So grab that block or whatever connects you to the floor. I'm going to put my step tracker back on. We're going to slide back to the back of the chair. Turn the palms up in the lap. Connect your feet to the floor through a prop or just to the earth. Let your shoulders come down from your ears. Soften or close your eyes and let's tune in to all of those sensations that we created today. Let's start at the feet, the soles of the feet, noticing how they feel now. From the feet travel to the ankles, up into the shins and the calf muscles, noticing the knees. And then we travel to the thighs and the hips, feeling that strength and power supporting us here in this seated position. And then let's bring our awareness to the tips of the fingers. Travel down the fingers to the palms, and then the wrists, the forearms and the elbows. Traveling to the upper arm and the shoulder. Noticing sensation throughout the arms. Return your attention to your breath. Now we'll bring a little bit of motion into our fingers and toes, inviting them to move again. We'll let them be still and we'll gently turn the head one side to the other. We'll open the eyes if they're still closed. We'll take a circle or two with the shoulders. And then we'll move to the edge of the chair. So I'm pushing my block away. I'm bringing my feet to the floor. I'm going to bring my palms together one last time, elbows wide. Check in with those sensations in the wrists, the palms, the fingers. Recall the intention that you set at the very beginning of our practice. And then let's turn those fingers down and away and offer that intention out to the universe. Bring those hands back, palms back at heart center, and thank yourself for taking time to practice yoga today. And as always, thank you so much for allowing me to guide you. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you again soon.